Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by today. What is SPS? And it's this behind the wave of men flocking to the Philippines and Southeast Asian nations. Well, SPS, first of all, is not a formally recognized medical condition, but it refers to a psychological condition that many men suffer from. They feel inadequate and insecure about the size of their penis, and it can lead to anxiety and distress. Let's just be honest with it. Why am I talking about it? Because it affects men. It affects men's health. It's a form of body shaming. Remember, we're trying to be unstoppable. So we want to work through issues like this. I'm going to talk about things that other people never will even whisper. See, society teaches us that the size of a man's penis, basically, the bigger it is, it's synonymous with masculinity and sexual ability. And then what happens? The media perpetuates these unrealistic standards, only makes it worse. So guys have low self-esteem, low self-worth. They feel they don't measure up to everybody. It distorts or creates a perception that now we don't know what's normal and what's not. Well, I'm going to tell you what's normal. The average, according to the CDC, the average length of a man's penis in America, erect, is between 5 and 6 inches. This is normal, guys, okay? I'm just talking to you about this because it affects anywhere from 4 to 20 million men in America. It's a serious psychological condition, but it's bullshit. What's considered a small penis? Well, 4 inches or less. See, I'm talking about Western men today. I'm not talking about anybody else. It can get so bad it can lead to ED. But I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. Okay, you have no control over how long or how small your penis is. No more control than I had on what the color of my skin was going to be or what family I was going to be born into. But now that we know that this SPS, this small penis syndrome, is real, and so many of us men, Western men, suffer from it, I have to ask the question, is that why so many of us are rushing to sell everything, to jump ship and move over here in Asia where everything's supposed to be smaller over here? See, as Western men, we become infatuated with a myth, really, that everything of ours is bigger here. Our money's bigger, our dicks are bigger, we're bigger. And then when you combine that with another myth that Asian women are supposed to have smaller and tighter vaginas, now you get this influx of Western men to the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Because we're thinking, okay, well, I got a tic tac in America. I'm going to have a Polish sausage in the Philippines. I'm going to be John Holmes over here. But this is the crazy thinking that goes on in our societies. We don't measure up, guys, because we think, oh, I'm not bigger as such and such. Because that makes it worse. You start comparing yourself to other people. I want to talk about it today because it's a serious condition. I just want to bring it up. You know, and women have a way of soothing your ego. You know, because I'm average. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm average. It's nobody's business But I'm average, I'm at that, 6-inch range, okay? But they'll tell you stuff like, oh, it's so big. How am I ever going to fit that inside of me? Well, lady, you got a baby that comes out of there. But it all boils down to preference, really. It has nothing to do with your self-worth. It has nothing to do with who you are. It doesn't determine your manhood or your ability to be a man. This is the message I want to put out there today. Because so many people had that. It's nobody's business, but it affects your life. You don't think you're adequate enough. You're insecure. And it affects your life across the board. So yeah, there's something called SPS. Because I'm going to do a live stream later. It's talking about the top 10 lies uh, men say, or something like that. But it's talking about the top 10 lies that we portray. And one of them has to do with our physical health and fitness and appearance. We lie about the size of our dicks. It's crazy, right? Because you had no control over that when you were born. It doesn't mean you're inadequate. It doesn't mean you're less than. It doesn't mean, has nothing to do with your masculinity. See, I was going to get real deep and do a deep dive into it, but I said no, because, see, men will brush this off. They'll think I'm weird for talking about it. But what I was going to do, I was going to list some famous men in society who had small dicks, just to prove to you that there's nothing to that. It has everything to do with preference. But I'll put it on my live stream, so watch that later. So thank y'all for stopping by. Remember, this is part of the No Man Left Behind podcast. If it affects men, we're going to talk about it on my channel. Because we're going to be stronger, man. We're going to be better physically, mentally. Anything that's messing with us psychologically, we got to get rid of. Because guess what? You are simply a man with a body. All my body does is carry around this magnificent man. That's all it does. So if this is distorted, if this isn't working 100%, then I can't be 100%. But I'm just saying, get rid of that crazy thinking. SPS is not a formally, recognized medical condition, but it is a psychological condition. And it refers to men who feel inadequate or insecure about the size of their penis. The size of your penis has nothing to do with you. Okay, and the fact that, everything's bigger, seems bigger over here, that's another lie. If you got a 4-inch dick over there, it's going to be 4 inches over here. If you get $1,200 a month on your pension, it's going to be $1,200 a month over here. Whether or not Asian women have smaller, tighter vaginas, I can't say. It all feels the same to me, really. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are today, find in your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do anything stupid. Don't come over here and think, I got a tic-tac in America now. I'm Moby Dick over here. It don't work like that, guys. The babies over here coming out of that birth canal are just as big as they are in your country. So if you're Pee Wee Herman over there, you're going to be Pee Wee Herman over here. You don't all of a sudden get off the plane and become John Holmes. But that's okay. You don't have to be John Holmes. Just be yourself. Let's work through this. If it affects men, we're going to talk about it.